I do know that the most dangerous person in the world is someone that moves off emotions. They're not logical. The first thing that they do is act off emotions, and that causes so much wreckage and havoc in our community. Um, yeah, that's what women do a lot. Another thing that she's talked about that I've been kind of researching her a little bit, she talks about domestic violence and how Kevin Samuels is promoting domestic violence. Well, we know that's not true. Y'all know I watch this man religiously. He comes on the show. Not a once has he ever said anything about domestic violence and how he supports it. But she will give this narrative and a lie saying that he does. And we all know that he has. And there's not been not a one clip, not a one thing that she's able to bring to the forefront that he has said. Just a little 15-second clip, but we're going to get into that clip because it was on our show that she got it from. As a matter of fact, I think this morning she reposted our show that we did about domestic discipline, but she failed to realize the stuff that he said in there. It wasn't condoning. It was a history lesson that he taught us that's been going on since the 1800s and has been documented. But unfortunately, when women aren't quite intelligently inept, they'll do a piece of a show and say that he said it, but it's history. It's been going on for decades, century, not even more, and it's still going on now. But don't worry about that. We're going to get to it. I do think that this petition and all this, in particular, the Black women that are his detractors, what it's bringing to light. What it's bringing to light is something that he preaches about all the time. It's women, accountability is a woman's kryptonite. That once we start exposing and examining the Black woman, and Sister Shiraza Ali said this as well too, they get uncomfortable. And they're like, oh no, you ain't gonna put me on blast, man. I've never. All I've done was make movies to talk ill will about you and songs and made podcasts. And how dare this Black man that's dressed to the nines every single day, that's articulate, smart, so logical, and makes so much sense and is awakening not only men eyes, but women eyes and looking at us. And it's like, okay, so either I'm going to change or either I'm going to stay in my chaos. I'm going to stay with the bad consequences and the bad decisions that I made in the past. I'm going to continue to do that. And anyone that tries to make me change or make me examine myself to see that I wasn't a 10 and I wasn't perfect, that I made mistakes and I should be embarrassed of some of the stuff that I say. Any man that says that, I'm going to ruin him. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of us are doing. And I cannot stand it. I can't stand it because I am too, obviously, a Black woman. And I don't want to be pigeonholed into the angry Black woman that doesn't hold themselves accountable. And unfortunately, with these particular women that's doing all these I said hillbilly shows. They're not hillbilly shows. They're echo chamber shows that, sister girl, sister code. They're all listening to one another and using sign language over man, but they're not able to defend what they have to say. They can't negate anything that he has to say. The only thing they do is lie and make fun of. They couldn't end his career after they said that he was a woman basher. That didn't end it. He got more followers. It didn't end when they tried to come for his sexuality and lie and call him this and that, but a child of God. That didn't end his career. So now let's think of what we can do. Let's do a petition and get all the bitter, angry, baby mama, hit the wall women that don't want to hold themselves accountable of the mistakes that they made in their past. Let's get them and rally them all together to make a petition. That's not going to work either. His voice is too strong and the movement is too big. And unfortunately, in the petition, while you try to say women are scared, and we feel like violence is going to come because of what he said. Well, you have women like me that saying, no, that's not the case. I actually feel safer. Me holding myself accountable. I got a tribe of men that rock with me. And they like, because you're honest and you're transparent, you've made your mistakes, but we're willing to rock with you because of your honesty. And you're not on here lying and, wanting to disrespect the Black man. You're wanting to work with us. And any logical person can see that if someone is willing to work with you, then they're going to rock with you. I don't know. Seems elementary. I told my child that before, but unfortunately, they say an old fool was a young fool. That's what my grandmama and them used to tell me, so I don't know. This petition, I think, is not only silly, not only full of lies, but it does show something. And I know I talked about this earlier where, back to the hashtag Me Too movement or back when, believe everything a woman says. No. Women know how to cry on cue. Women can be very vindictive. Women will lie on you to get their way. So am I going to believe every woman, every Black woman? No, absolutely not. They're people. I don't believe anybody at that point. I mean, I respect you, but a lot of that stuff is earned. So no, you're not getting that from me. We're going to examine and pinpoint, what did you say? Is it the truth? And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to pinpoint and examine this petition. I think the petition, and I'm going to pull it up right now. The petition is dangerous. It's dangerous because it shows that you can lie and get clout off of lies. It shows that it puts our freedom of speech in jeopardy. It shows that I cannot speak the way that I want to speak because it's not to your liking. Not that I'm saying anything wrong. Matter of fact, he hasn't caused anyone to consider death. That's what the petition says. She can't claim it though. So it's dangerous. So let's pull up the petition. What's going on? I haven't looked at the comments because y'all know I start chit-chatting and on my rampage. Wonder what women. So I appreciate the love. So I'm gonna talk a little bit more, but I want to bring on someone that is going to kind of go through this petition with me. First, let me make sure I pull it up. And then we're going to go through it.